We are live. Welcome back for another week of the West Coast Draft Podcast. This is Beau Gleason, as usual. Rob actually changed his last name over the weekend. He is no longer Rob Joking. He is now Rob the Joker.
I thought it was Big Rob
Yeah,
last time.
you changed it again.
Every
We changed it
oh
back.
no.
Every
What's up,
podcast
guys?
we have a new name
We got
legally.
a great weekend slate of college football.
This
Now,
was a
honestly,
fantastic weekend of college
it was
football.
it was so much fun. Conference play started, but we still had some other fun matchups as well. It was a really fun weekend, in my opinion. I don't think it lived up to all its potential. I think, some of the hyped up games end up being duds, but I still
Mhm.
enjoyed myself.
And some of the non-hyped up games ended up being fun. Looking at
Mm-hmm.
you, ASU and USC for one.
The Desert Curse.
Yep. Yep. Well, we'll see if the Huskies can overcome it this week with yours truly in attendance. They haven't done well with it in the past.
We'll get to it though. We'll get to all of
We'll
that.
get
But
to
we're
it.
gonna
We'll
go
get to all of
through
it.
last weekend's slate and then this weekend's slate. And
Yes,
I
sir.
think I'm gonna add a little either a top 4 or top 10, depending how I'm feeling by the end.
I like that. I like that. Are we doing the top 10 after we talked last week in slate? Like have a little intermission in the middle
Yeah,
there?
yeah, I'll
All
do
right.
it.
I
I'll
like
do it.
that.
All right,
Let's
let's
go right
start
into
off.
it. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about with actually there's one game here that we have to talk about from the first couple. Nothing Georgia State Coastal is not that game.
Well,
Chanticleer's
Chanticleers are
disappointment.
on the down. On the down. It's
They're
their new
down.
head coach. I forget his name, but he's been a guy that's been failing up a lot, which is a
Uh,
shame because the Chanticleers are a proud program.
yeah. Grayson McCall is still there. Fun fact. So
He should have transferred out. I don't know why he stayed after Chadwell left.
yeah.
That was a he should have declared, if anything.
Exactly. Dude, he's old now, man. The fact that he's still around is crazy. The extra year COVID eligibility, I get why they did it, but come on, man. We got like ninth year seniors at
It's
Oregon now. This is ridiculous.
he's at Miami, but he was at Oregon, and he's trying to get that
Yeah.
ninth year. That's so funny. Honestly, I love it.
It's hilarious, but it's also like, come on, man. Eventually, either go to the draft or give up. You got your degree 5 years ago, man. What are you still doing?
He's working on his PhD.
We're going, yeah,
Yeah,
PhD.
is he
Second
going to
PhD
classes?
at that point.
What is he doing?
He's going to the School of Hard Knocks, man. He's studying film. That's all he's doing. But yeah, so let's see. Wisconsin, Purdue, Wisconsin ran them. Braylon Allen, gonna be a fun player to talk about in the draft.
Purdue has got a ways to go, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
We thought they'd be fun with Hudson Card and Graham Harrell being the OC, really good DC at Illinois going over there, but it's probably going to take some time.
It's gonna take some time. NC State and Virginia ended up being a fun game. Chaotic.
That was
for sure.
That was because UVA was thought to be is one of the worst programs. They're going through a lot.
In the Power Five, they're the one. They're right up there with Northwestern as far as the worst programs. Power Five. The thing is with them, it's kind of sad because of what they went through.
Oh yeah,
year.
With
Northwestern, I don't feel
that.
bad for them. I don't feel bad for Northwestern.
And Brennan Armstrong really basically had one fun year, and now he's just not looking too good. But what it really makes me think is, dang, Notre Dame, I think we might have been a little too high on you.
Yeah, especially after. Although they probably should have beaten Ohio State. Even
they absolutely should have. We'll get to that.
But yeah, NC State. Not a good win there, honestly.
Yeah, maybe Dave Doran leaves.
Pulled it out.
I could see Dave Doran going to an SEC team like Mississippi State. That could be fun.
Yeah, Mississippi
State. Are we on all FBS or are we just on top 25?
This is all FBS, but I'm saying we could just kind of skip through because there's some non-FBS or non-top 25 games that are fun.
Okay. It has top 25 in order. Okay.
Yeah,
that's all good. I was confused.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I don't think we need to talk about either of these Mountain West games. There will be a Mountain West game we talk about later. That'll be fun though.
Oregon State, Washington. I knew it was coming. That was a good one.
There we go. Georgia taking care of business against UAB. Michigan,
My
your
big
bit, your
stupid upset of the week. Yet
did not
again, not
happen.
working out. I had hoped for like 5 minutes when Rutgers scored on the opening drive, but
Mhm.
Michigan's still not looking up to being number two right now. They should
No, no,
not be
not
number
right
two right
now.
now.
But I mean, who would you
JJ's
put
looks
ahead of them?
bad.
Texas?
Florida State and Texas. Yeah, both of them.
Maybe Texas, Florida State. I mean, winning in Clemson's tough, but this is a bad Clemson team this year, man. You went to OT against them. I
We'll
get,
get to
winning in
that.
Death Valley is never easy,
We got
but
we got one to go to first, but Texas again taking care of business against. Man, what happened to Dave Aranda? I think his defense got figured out a little bit, but also he's not a good recruiter. I think he was
he,
coasting off of Matt Rule's guys.
he needs to go to the Saban Reclamation School next year if
Honestly,
he
he
gets
just needs
canned.
to learn how to recruit,
Yeah.
and I think Baylor isn't the easiest place to recruit to either.
No, it's not. It's
Do you
not.
want
I
to live in
mean,
Waco?
yeah, no. I've visited Baylor before. It's actually kind of a nice town, but there's nothing to do there. So yeah. Speaking of, oh, Texas is back, folks. We'll see though. They play Oklahoma in a
For
couple
now,
weeks. That game will be fun.
I think that game's going to decide either a playoff spot. I think it could. I think
Mhm.
Texas will lose to Kansas when it comes up.
Wow,
It's a Texas thing to happen. It's a
that
very
is a very
Texas thing to
Texas thing to
happen.
happen. Kansas is
The
a good
year
team
that
this
everyone
year.
thinks they're back, and a year that's wide open, and they're going to
They
pull
listed
it.
Kansas. That'd be interesting. Um, FSU, like I said, going into Death Valley.
It's hard to go into Death Valley.
It's tough. No matter, I mean, shoot, Clemson had like how long of a ACC home winning streak going into this game? It was something crazy. It was like multi-year. Like this is the game that broke it. Which
Mm-hmm.
credit where credit's due. Again, like it is not easy for ACC teams to go into Death Valley and win. But still, though, I'm really low on Clemson this year, man, and they had to go to OT to beat them. Like, I don't know, man. I might be
They were a
flip
missed
flopping with
kick
you on
away
this
from
one.
a guy who just came off of the streets from losing that. Dabo totally blew on another fourth down call that they should have gone for.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, Dabo's lost the touch, man. And Garrett Riley won the Broyles Award. I was tweeting about that. He's not scheming up a good offense. It does not look that good. The Florida State offense was much better schemed. It was pretty obvious. Like,
Mhm.
how the hell did Garrett Riley win a Broyles? Was the Big 12 really that weak last year?
Yes, it was, man. I guess it was, but there you go. Clemson now is 2 in conference losses, so they can kiss their conference title hopes goodbye.
They have no good receivers either. All they have
They
Shipley.
don't, which is wild considering what they are. Like they are kind of wide receiver U. It's them or Bama,
Mm-hmm.
probably. It's crazy.
Them or
Um,
LSU right now.
or LSU, true, or LSU. Good point. Good point. LSU's got a
Or
good one
UW
coming
in a
out this
year.
year in neighbors. Yeah, but what's this UW this year? Yeah, but
I think they're
in
going
the
to keep churning them
past,
out. Oh, not in the past. Never in the
yeah,
past. I say going
exactly.
forward. Going forward.
Maybe, maybe. Jermaine Curse. There you go. We were in the past too. John Ross. Ooh, that's ugly. Dante
Spider
Pettis. Ooh,
Williams.
that's ugly. There you go.
I think that was Warren Moon's favorite target.
It
Dig up
works.
those old UW Spider something. Oh, Michael Jackson was another one of Warren Moon's targets. And then you got Mario Bailey, Reggie Williams.
Yeah.
The Mario Bailey.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it. It's not a historic receiver place, especially probably because of the weather.
Right.
Build a dome. All right, what's up next?
SC went into Tempe
Struggling in
and
the desert. Ooh.
struggled. It's a bad Arizona
Scattaboo.
State team too.
Scattaboo.
Scatterby was fun, man. He was at Sac State last year. Fun guy,
Oh,
fun
that's probably
player.
why, huh?
Yeah.
Why couldn't Troy get him? Oh, it was probably because he couldn't get to Stanford, probably.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Sacramento guy though. I learned that on Saturday night actually, local guy. So
I did
shout
not
out,
watch that game because I
shout,
was at the UW game.
shout out Cameron Scannaboo. Love that guy.
I
But
think
yeah,
that
USC this
that
game
Kenny Dillingham energy playing to win the game.
play to win the game. Who do they play this week? We'll find out shortly. But yeah, man. Kenny, I mean,
I
not
think
not sure
USC
what day
really
plan.
underperformed.
It was
I
mostly underperformance, but which
they
is funny to say considering they still scored 42 points. But
Yeah, it was ugly. Superman is showing some cracks.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think this, and I think I've been saying this. I think USC is a team that will fold with adversity, and that defense has athletes, but they haven't shown
Mhm.
chemistry. Um, Bear Alexander, I don't care what Fight on Rusty says, has not looked very good. There's a reason Georgia let him walk.
Speaking of Bear, fun question for you here. If the Bears end up with the first pick, does Caleb Williams go back to school?
Absolutely. That is quarterback graveyard.
Yeah, I would too, honestly. And they've got a right now. They own the first draft pick for 2 of the 4 0-3 teams. So maybe.
Unless they hire Lincoln Riley and
Yeah.
get him Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't think he wants to go to Chicago, and I wouldn't unless they build a dome. I would never ever want to go to Chicago.
I mean, I don't understand why it'd be fine.
Who has a worse quarterback
Chicago.
record? Who has a worse quarterback record? Chicago or Cleveland?
Chicago, because Cleveland at least has Otto Graham, who is a Hall
Yeah,
of Famer. Chicago doesn't have anyone like that.
even 85 Bears didn't have a very good quarterback.
Exactly. That's
Oh my
crazy,
god.
man. It's actually
Hey,
wild.
but hey, that's a place where a star could live is Chicago. That's a big media
That
market.
would be such a slap in my face, like slap in the face. If you're like an NFL owner, you get the first overall pick in a year with a generational talent, and the dude's just like, no.
I think he could get talked into it. I think he'd get talked into it. I'm goofing around about how bad the Bears are. I think that first overall pick money is going to speak. I don't care what you say about NIL. It's not that much.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
Um,
he won't get endorsements in the NFL too, especially as a
yeah.
first overall pick.
I think Chicago is a fun city.
No, it's
It's a
funny. It's
fun
the
city to
third
live in.
biggest city in the country, man. Lots of stuff to
Yeah.
do there. I mean, it's a historic franchise. It's so funny we get lost in how bad the Bears are now and how toxic everything is, and they're still a historic franchise. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
fact that we'd even be talking about like, does a prospect like stay in school to
A
avoid going to
very
the
passionate
Bears?
fan base.
Exactly. It's crazy. Like they are like
They
the
need to fire Eberflus though. I think it's
oh, they
time to let him
absolutely do.
go.
They absolutely do. They should have
They
fired him
need to
after this
bring
week.
they after I think they need to go for an offensive guy. I wonder who it would be. Ben Johnson's fun, but it wouldn't be. I don't think that's a good fit for Caleb because Ben Johnson's more running game kind of guy. I get someone from like maybe Miami.
I'm working
Who
on that
would be a
staff
good
here.
name to bring in?
I'm trying to think. Are there any like?
Urban.
Yeah, that's how you really fire up a fan
What would be
base.
horrible is if they hire Brandon Staley. Right after he gets
Oh
fired,
no. Oh, dude, don't even wish that on
then ruin
anyone, man.
him.
Don't wish that on
Shoot,
anyone.
who would be a fun
Shoot,
match?
I want maybe they'll
Bring
who's
back give Cliff Kingsbury.
Hey, hire Brian Callahan so the Bengals can hire a real OC. Just kidding. I don't actually.
How long has Brian Callahan been the OC?
Ever since Zach Taylor got there, so it's
Okay,
going into his 5th season. Yeah.
that's what I thought. Who's Dave Canales?
Dave Canales. Oh, there you go. That's
That
got
could
to
be
work with a
fun.
young QB. Although he's been better, his record with journeyman QBs is better.
True.
Maybe he needs to go to a team that's getting a journeyman QB. Go to the Saints. They love their journeyman
Coach
QBs.
Prime to the Bears.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore. That's actually not a bad one right there. That's a good call out. Who's shoot, what's the Buffalo OC? Ken Dorsey.
Kafka. Oh, Dorsey.
Yeah,
Dorsey.
maybe Dorsey.
I don't even know who the Dolphins OC is, but that's because
That's
he's
because
not the
McDaniel
OC.
calls the plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Shanahan, same with McVay.
Yeah.
Those guys are risky.
Mhm.
Oh, Nathaniel
Although, I
Hackett.
mean, other than McVay,
You know what? Give Mark Trestman another role. What's he up
honestly,
to?
Kevin O'Connell hasn't been bad in Minnesota. I know they're 0-3, but the offense hasn't been the problem. Well, turnovers have been, I guess, but that's not really in the
I don't think there's a
OC.
big bench of coaches right now.
Not really, not on the
I
offensive
think the
side. On
year
the
that
defensive side,
Dable
actually.
and McDaniel went off the board in the same year. I think it's going to take a little bit to replenish the stocks.
Honestly,
Who's
defensive coaches
Jim Bob
probably.
Cooter? He's been doing a good job this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
JBC. If he
JBC.
develops AR, who else
That's
you got?
true.
Who's the Texans OC? He's done a pretty good job with CJ.
Shoot, I think he's a guy that Ryan's
Shanahan guy.
pulled from pulled from San Francisco. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but hold on, we got this fun little thing called Google. Hold on. Houston Texans offensive coordinator. Bobby Slovic?
Oh
Slovic
gosh.
or Slovic? Yeah, never heard of him.
He looks, how old is he? Get a young guy.
Wait, no, that's
He looks
Pat
pretty young.
Hamilton. That's here's Bobby Slovic. Yeah, he looks like a Shanahan guy.
He does.
Here's him, and he looks pretty young though. Yeah. Let's see if they've got his. Nope, doesn't have his age anywhere. Oh, well.
I
Maybe
know
he's
what
got a
Bears will
Wikipedia
call
page.
him if he's bad. It would definitely be like Bobby Suckdick.
Hold on, Bobby. Slower. Let's see if he's got a Wikipedia page. He does. He's
Oh
only
gosh.
36. Oh, that's
He
perfect.
comes. Look at that hairline. Look at that hairline.
Oh yeah, gosh. Oh
Yeah.
wait, was he on the same staff that had Shanahan, McVay, and LaFleur?
He might have been.
Because I
That
think
is
they
an
all have that
all-time
same
staff.
picture. The fact they weren't even that good is kind of crazy. That was an all-time staff though. That'd be a fun one actually. Bobby Slovic. Let's remember that
Who
name.
else?
That might be a name to remember in January, honestly.
Who's the Dolphins OC though? I think we got.
Oh yeah, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Miami Dolphins offensive.
He's definitely getting
Frank
a job.
Smith. Who the hell's Frank Smith? He's only 42, so that fits.
He's absolutely getting a job after this year. He looks like a former O-line coach.
He does. He's got the most generic freaking name though.
Look up his Wikipedia. I want to see if he's an O-line coach.
Let's see. Graduate assistant, O-line coach at Butler.
I knew it.
Assistant O-line coach for the Saints, a tight ends coach, run game coordinator, and O-line coach in the Chargers. Yep, there you go, man.
I saw the face and I knew it.
Frank Smith. It's a generic ass
name. Okay, that was a huge sidebar. Let's get back into it.
It was honestly. Bear Alexander led us into a whole tangent about the Chicago Bears. But
I don't know what to think about that. Is it desert voodoo? You know, I think maybe that was part of it. I think that was part of it.
Well, it's the Big 12's problem.
But it was but Fresno State played in the desert too, and they smacked them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pine has to be better than. Is he better than a freshman Rashada? He can make the throws on time, probably. They don't look good though.
He didn't look good.
It's gonna be ugly when they come to SC Stadium because they're gonna want some revenge from last year.
Yep.
Just don't throw a pick off a helmet.
Yep. As long as it's not the same situation as Arizona last year. Or in Arizona last year, where we go down to the Wildcats this weekend and struggle with our own desert voodoo. But we'll talk about that.
At least it's at 7. It's at 7.
That's true. It's it'll only be like 95 degrees at that point. I love living in Arizona.
All right, big game of the weekend. Big game of the weekend.
Ohio State, Notre Dame. Notre Dame losing at literally the last second.
With 10 people on the field.
With 10 people
twice
on the field. Yeah.
That was bad.
What are we doing, Notre Dame? I was pulling for you guys. I really thought this might be the year you make a playoff push. Granted, I guess you can't really say that considering they made the playoff twice, but
I expected
Man.
better from the offense. Both teams.
I really did too. With how well Hartman played in the weeks leading up to this, it's like 14 points, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's Ohio State. I get it. Like, their defense is good, but 14 points? Come on, guys. Yeah, Notre Dame definitely laid an egg there. It's really disappointing to see that for sure.
Notre Dame still has a quarterback problem. And that's going to be their undoing this season.
Yeah. And they're going to have another one next year when Sam Hartman goes to the NFL.
No, I meant Ohio State. I meant Ohio State has a quarterback problem.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, of course they do.
And that's going to be their undoing.
No, exactly. Like they have honestly, to go.
It's their best overall roster in a couple since Urban left. Because did they have Chase Young after? Was Chase Young post Urban?
Chase Young was the first year. He was still there the first year after Urban left. Yeah, he's
this is the first year. This is their best roster since that year, I'd say.
Yeah, that was the year they had Chase Young and Jeff Okudah. That was a pretty lit roster on defense.
And their lack of anywhere near competent quarterback play, where the clear formula is they probably should have brought in a transfer, right?
Yep. They probably should have. They could have brought in a transfer too. There's a ton of transfer quarterbacks out there.
And who else would have?
Imagine if they brought in Sam Hartman.
You could have gotten a throw with Emeka Egbuka and Marvin Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone would have done that. So, Notre Dame blew this one pretty bad. They're very cursed in green jerseys. Have you seen that lately? They're pretty cursed in their green jerseys.
Yeah.
Ryan Day was such just dickhead in that post-game presser. Michigan's totally in his head too. Like, people aren't saying we're not tough. We're not tough. We're tough. Lou Holtz. It's like, oh my god, what a bonehead. He was born on third base and thought he hit a triple.
That's true.
If he doesn't, do you think he gets fired if he doesn't beat Michigan this year?
No, actually, how many? That would make him 2-3 against Michigan overall. It's 2-2 since he got there because he won 2019, 2020, lost 21 last year. No,
I don't think they're beating Michigan this year.
No, I think the hot seat does kind of start to warm up.
If they lose to Penn State,
he's still killing it in recruiting. He is still dominating recruiting though, which is more of an Ohio State thing than a Ryan Day thing.
On defense though, how are they doing on defense? That's what they can't recruit right now.
Let's see. 2024 Ohio State commits. Let's just see how many big time guys they got coming on defense here. Oh, they got a long snapper. That's fun. Let's see. You got 5-star receiver, 5-star D lineman.
Oh, where's he from? Edge. Chicago. Yeah. Oh, Chicago, from Georgia. That's Georgia. Pretty impressive.
That's a big one. That's a big get there.
Another one from that's cute.
4-star corner, but he's in state. 4-star receiver, 4-star running back, 4-star safety, but he's from Ohio.
He's white.
4-star corner from Ohio. Yeah, look at the neck. Garrett Stover. Shout out Garrett Stover. 4-star
looks corner. Like a thumper.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be that's gonna be
Jim Peyton Leonard Pierce from Texas. That's pretty good.
Yeah, there you go.
They're not getting the Nick Bosa's and Chase Youngs anymore, though.
4-star. Hey, they got a 4-star from Arizona. Shoot, I could go watch this guy play. He's a town over from me, actually. Miles Lockhart. Look at that. They're getting some corners here. And then we're down to the 3 stars here.
Edub territory.
It's just so most of their 5 stars are wide receivers, which shouldn't surprise anyone at this
point. Brian Hartline. Is he finally going to get a job?
He better, man. He deserves it. He's killing it. He looks like he's an elite recruiter. He looks like he's going to be like, once he gets a head coaching job, he's going to be right up there with Lincoln Riley as far as best recruiters at the head coaching position.
There was someone arguing that they'd rather have Dan Lanning than Lincoln Riley right now. I thought that was idiotic.
No.
Lanning's recruiting is much better. It's like if Lanning wasn't at Oregon, I don't think his recruiting would be as good.
No. He gets to win with these young kids because they love the uniforms. No way around it.
They love Nike. They like creepy Uncle Phil. Once creepy Uncle Phil's gone, Once creepy Uncle Phil's
No, I mean
gone.
the checks are still gonna keep coming in. Let's be real.
No, I don't. I think that his family is going to try any way they can to get more of that money. I don't think anyone in Nike cares about Oregon like Phil does. I
That's
think if
true.
anything, they see it as a money pit.
Maybe.
What are they getting
Maybe.
out of Oregon with all the money they're getting from it? Not really. It's not that
Not any
much.
more than they're getting
It's
from
a
every
pet
other school
project.
in the country. So yeah, that's true. Um,
Well, but they put more into Oregon than anyone else, though,
right.
by a
That's no,
lot.
by far. They're the only school that gets new uniforms literally every weekend.
Every game, yeah.
Yeah. So
Their kid,
no,
the sweatshops work overtime for Oregon.
the duck shops. Call them the duck shops from now on.
Tech shops, creepy Uncle Phil shops.
Um,
I only they always like call him Uncle Phil. I only call him creepy Uncle Phil. I bet he did you see him on the sideline for talking to Dion? I bet he
was he
regrets.
really? Oh, I missed that.
I bet he wishes he had Coach Prime. Yeah, they met at
Yeah.
they met at the middle
Dude,
of the
could you
field.
imagine that? Okay, the Coach Prime with the Oregon brand would be impossible to recruit against.
They get the O and D line from the deep south. He'd be the only
Oh,
person to do it. That's the one thing that no coach has ever been able to do is get offensive and defensive line from the deep south.
yeah.
And Coach Prime could. Coach Prime has people.
Coach Prime
Coach
at
Prime
Oregon is
has
a nightmare.
Coach Prime has deep southern defensive linemen visiting a Boulder.
And he's landing them too.
They're not going to go there, or they're going to transfer after 1 year. He's gone after next year.
True. Man, but could
They
you
could win the Big
imagine?
12 next year.
No, they could. They definitely could. It's realistic with Texas and Oklahoma leaving. Yeah. We should probably move on here.
We're taking way too much time. Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
gosh.
we're taking our sweet time with this. Penn State and Iowa State. Not much to talk about here.
Brian Ferentz is totally getting fired.
Yeah.
He's at 85.
Drew Waller, early look ahead, first overall pick in 2025.
Not showing too much. It's the defense. That defense is really good at Penn State.
Oh, what was his stat line? I know he only had
But
166
I'm just not seeing
yards.
it too much yet.
I don't know. I like him.
He doesn't need to do much yet. That's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, look at his. I mean, he took a huge jump this year. 67 completion percentage. Yards per attempt needs to go up, but I mean, he's still only a true sophomore. There's time. Give him time. Hasn't thrown a pick yet this year. 149 QB rating.
How many attempts does he have?
Only 125 in 4 games. So let's see, what would that be per game? A little over 25,
About 30.
A little over 30, 31 and a half a game, but basically completely, I mean, it's a solid stat line. Again, not thrown for a whole lot, yards per attempt.
He doesn't need to do much yet. I think against Michigan, if Drew Eller was 2 years older, they'd win the Big Ten this year.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see what Drew Waller can.
I'm excited to see him against the big boys.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're going to need him to beat Michigan and Ohio State. If they can't do it, he'll play.
They get Michigan and Happy Valley though. They do have to go into Columbus though. Although this might be the year to have that split. Who knows?
It is.
So
all right, let's talk about our team.
Just an absolute drubbing. Honestly, 59-32. They won by 27 points, and it feels like they won by more. I mean, this game was 45-12 at halftime, and Cal was like blessed with those 12 points. Let's be real.
Yeah. Yikes. That, thank God we finally got the Cal monkey off our back. This staff's different,
The last year. We didn't play that well against Cal either. Yeah, last year.
Last year was a little fluky from what I was told. I didn't watch the game live, but I was told there was some really bad Wayne Talapapa drops and some bad luck.
Yeah, there's some turnovers last year. It's kind of a weird year, honestly.
I think the offensive staff definitely wanted to rub it in the face against Wilcox with how last year went. Feel like they wanted to show they're a little bit better, and they showed it. Wow. There was about 5 minutes left in the first quarter before Penix went on the field. That Eddie getting the pick six and then that punt return, Badunze really showed it. And then Tristan Dunn, shout out to him. He had 4 pancake blocks in that punt return touchdown. He had one near the reception, one midway up, shoved, and the touchdown block was him shoving one guy so far that he tripped another guy going for the pylon tackle.
Yeah, I always love when that
He's
happens.
gonna next year. Him taking Asa Turner's spot I'm excited to see him. He's a thumper. He's definitely maybe he'll be a Husky though instead.
Another white guy in the secondary to be the safety.
He might be Husky. He might be better at Husky, so he can blitz. And then when Penix did finally get on the field, he was pretty immaculate. He did have a pick that was not the best throw. I think
he was forcing that. That
wasn't the best throw. He should have thrown that one away. I knew when it left his hand, it was going to be a pick. I called it in the stands. I think it is hard to not throw a pick against the Wilcox defense. I think that is still a good secondary, and he still carved him up. No Jalen McMillan either to do that. And then Jalen Polk, that finger grab he had.
That was insane.
That was absurd. And then running game's coming alive too. O-line had some mean blocks. Parker Brailsford and Nate Caleppo had these absurd blocks. But the defense, honestly, is my story of the game. 3 turnovers, pick 6. Jabbar Muhammad got away with it was hard to in person. It was the most absurd push off, but they didn't see it. So he shoved him and got the pick. And then Dominic Hampton got one on the sideline. Really nice design by Morrell there. Hate to say it, but the defense is better designed. We are matching the numbers of interceptions we had through the entire year in 4 games. That's not.
You're right. I think there are positives to take away on the defensive side.
They're making plays.
They are forcing turnovers, which will win you football games. If you win the turnover battle, you will win.
That's just what we need. We don't need you to be Chris Pearson level. Go ahead.
You see these yardage? They'll have 502 yards to Cal.
I think a lot
don't
of that
get me wrong.
I think again, a lot of that
if you're going to force 3 turn, it was. But I mean, this 20 points. It's in the first half. I mean, you can't even really say it was garbage time because I remember at halftime they were pretty much even yardage wise.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, when you score a touchdown on a pick 6 and a touchdown on a punt return, that doesn't help your yardage total. So that's part of it.
Okay.
But the Cal offense was able to move the ball pretty easily on the Washington Huskies defense. It was just they would turn the ball over once they got to the red zone pretty consistently. I think they maybe had 1 or 2 3-and-outs the entire game. And this is a bad Cal offense.
Other than Jay Knott, didn't have much.
Other than Jay Knott, yeah. I am still they shut down Jay Knott, really. Only 40 yards on 14 carries. That's fantastic. I'm still very worried about this defense when they go against Oregon, when they go against USC, because Caleb Williams isn't going to throw 3 picks. Bo Nix isn't going to throw 3 picks.
Bo Nix isn't going to throw
10
yards.
Picks. So he won't throw 3 picks. And guess what? The secondary can't tackle. So I'm scared against those defenses.
I don't know about that. I don't know about the
tackling.
I don't know about the tackling. I think they've shown to be pretty decent at tackling. Cam Fab had some insane. He's good now. That hurts me to say. He had 2 really good tackles. He just jumped on I think it was a tunnel screen or a jailbreak screen, and it was for a loss. And then that Taj Davis crosser that he flipped on. Shout out to Taj Davis. He had a nice game.
He did. He had a touchdown.
At the very least, we have a shutdown corner. Jabbar Muhammad is the real deal. It just needs to be better. It needs to be average. And we're looking really good.
We're losing the DBU mantle. Jimmy Lake,
I hate that
Jimmy Lake era.
And I think with our coaching, decisions, I don't think it's coming back until there are some changes, which really sucks.
Yep.
Bring back Jimmy as DB coach. Why not?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, he never won.
He
Now that
would never
Jen's
do it.
gone, maybe. But there you go.
You know who should be our DB coach once he retires?
Who's that?
Marcus Peters.
Peters. Honestly, yeah, bring him in. That'd
Oh
be
gosh, it
interesting.
would be those would be horribly coached cornerbacks.
Oh
They'd
no,
be
that'd be
jumping the
awful.
route. Oh my gosh.
That'd be awful.
All right, we have just finished number 8. Jeez.
It's all right. Now that we're past
Wow.
the Huskies, they usually go back pretty fast to this point. So Oregon, Colorado.
Oh boy.
You had some tweets about
I
this one.
don't like I had some which ones? The ones that I was not missing at all. I was talking
The
about.
one
I
the
had some
one
fun
where the
tweets.
ones where you're talking crap about Lanning's comments about they play for clicks, we play for
Oh
wins.
yeah. Yeah. Well, my favorite part was like, we're built on substance. It's like Dan Lanning's pretty clearly built on a substance. He's the most coked out coach out there. Some people say Adderall. I think he's on the cocaine. He's on the baking soda, the booger sugar.
Maybe, man.
Well, and like also it's like
If you're gonna do it anywhere, you might as well do it in Oregon. It's not illegal there.
It's like we're built on substance. You guys have color changing shoes. But like the funny tweet, the other tweet I was pretty proud of was the brand new color changing technology with heat. It's like, yeah, I had that in a pencil when I was in elementary school.
I saw that one. I laughed at that one. That was pretty great.
I was very proud of that one. Another person I saw said it's a mood ring. It's like, yep. As much as I hate the Ducks, I cannot say that seeing the Buffs being taken to the woodshed did not make me happy and bring a smile to my face. I found some pleasure in that.
I still hate Oregon, man. I will say when
I hate them more.
the Buffaloes like walked onto the field and were like scraping up the O, I was like, guys,
I love that. I loved it, but I knew they'd lose.
Nah, I'm not a fan of that. Maybe I'm just still pissed off about when Juju Smith-Schuster did TikTok dances on other teams' logos, but you don't disrespect the logo. Not like that. And they got
you disrespect it after when you win.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to plant the flag after a win, go ahead. You've earned it at that point. But doing it before, come on, man. But yeah, I was hoping for one more week of Colorado hype. I was hoping they'd go into Eugene and beat Oregon, and then I was hoping they'd get steamrolled by USC.
I was hoping that as well,
but
I was rooting for it. Colorado's they're fun. That's what we were saying last week. They're fun.
They'll be fun against the other
these 2 weeks teams. Are just brutal. These 2 weeks,
it's not going to be fun against
unfair.
Oregon or USC.
I think they have a better chance against SC just because it was clear where they were. It's not going to be as bad because it's the line play as well as running. That's what Oregon's based off. And we were telling everyone this is what was going to end up happening in the offseason and then in the lead up to this game.
Yeah,
the D line and O line just weren't ready for it.
Yep. Moving on to Utah UCLA. It's a funny thing. The first play of the game for UCLA was a pick six, and
the difference
lost by 7. That literally was the difference when it was all said.
It's it's what we said. It's freshman quarterback going into Rice Eccles. Yeah. I think we both did pick UCLA.
Yeah, we did. I did at least. I know that
because Utah, other than their defense is very good, but they have no weapons on offense. Even when Rising comes back, they're not going to be good.
Nope. Yeah, I'm still skeptical about Utah going forward this season. They're in the top 10 now, though.
It's Utah. Utah's they're the Pac-12 champ until they're not. But
that's true.
The formula for beating the Kalen DeBoer, Michael Penix Huskies is you got to score with us. They can score with us.
No, Utah's not going to be able to score with us. The only 2 teams that are going to be able to score with us are SC and Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where that goes. Moving forward, LSU escaping with a home win against KJ Jefferson in the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Poor Sam Pittman. Yeah. He's probably getting fired. Great guy.
It's just tough, man. He had Arkansas really turning around for a few years there and kind of fell back down to reality. Although again, going into Baton Rouge and almost bringing them down would have been quite the win. Might have been a job saving win, and
Tough place to win.
Missed
Real
it.
tough place to win.
Ole Miss. We both picked Ole Miss to win
Blew
this
it.
game.
Oh,
They blew it, which is
God.
tough. The defense played. Honestly, the defense still played really good. Holding Alabama 24 points, you should be able to win.
What happened, Lane? Jeez.
Yeah, the offense in the second half just no showed. They scored 10 points. They no showed for pretty much the entire afternoon, but they had
I
them right
remember
where they
the Ole
wanted them
Miss fans were
defensively.
like, "Where's Jackson Dart in the Heisman competition? Heisman discussion?" It's like, there he is.
Nowhere. That's where he is exactly. Could have
Like
been a real.
who
That could have
scored
been a
more points? Who
program
scored
that
more points? Ole Miss or USF?
I believe
I think
no.
it might
Ole
be the
Miss
same amount.
scored more.
I
Hold
think
on, what was
USF
the
scored
score?
10.
I want to say I thought USF only scored 3. Honestly, let's see. No, yeah, they only scored 3.
Oh, okay.
17-3. They also allowed less points. So,
Well, you know who the Ole Miss DC is? It's Pete Gold.
is it really Pete Gold? Wow.
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
The matchup
Big
that everyone
Mountain
wanted to
West
talk about.
mashup between Washington State
The
and Oregon
two-pack.
State. 2-pack. This is a fun game, honestly. Washington State was
Cougs
cruising
almost
for a
couged
while.
it again, though. They've
They
almost
almost
couged
did.
so many of their
Almost
games
blew
this
it.
year.
They almost blew it, but they pulled it out. It's shaping up to be a fun Apple Cup, I think.
It won't be, and it's what we talked about last week. Well, one thing that I heard that I agree with is the least dangerous Coug is the Coug that the most dangerous Coug is the Coug with nothing to gain. The least dangerous Coug is a 10-win Cougar, like a 9-win Coug.
Yeah.
But it's just about depth. When we get to the final game of the season, they just don't have the horses to run against ours anymore. That's how
we
it
also don't have the
always
corners
has
to
been.
cover theirs anymore.
I mean, our corners covered them last year, and they were not good then.
No, we didn't. They ran all over us, man. Their offense performed
No,
in that
no,
game.
no, no.
Cam Moore, our
They
pass
got
rush
shut down
literally
in the
couldn't
second half.
tackle.
They got
The
shut
second
down in the
half,
second half.
we were losing at halftime.
They had like 3 miracle. No, we were winning. We were up by 3, I think, or it was tied.
Oh, okay.
They had 3 miracle 4th down conversions. To be fair,
Yeah, because Cam Ward's good. Cam Ward's good.
no, he's not. He doesn't know which hand to hold the football in. I refuse to believe Cam Ward is good.
Cam Ward's a stud, dude.
Honestly,
he's gonna be a day 2 pick next year. Watch.
He's gonna transfer. Oh wait, no, he can't. I'm happy that a lot of the Oregon State hype is now dying because they were insufferable. DJ Pooh is DJ Pooh. That defense wasn't as good as they were last year. Who was saying that all offseason? And Digital Dam took the loss so badly that he quit Twitter, at least for a little bit.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. You can never escape. But he was fun trolling for like a month and a half after he got his 15 minutes with being the face of Beef Twitter after they got SMU'd.
There you go.
Oklahoma Cincy. Close,
Not much
especially
to talk about
after.
here.
No, there's a little bit to talk about. That's the first team to. Well, this is now a Big 12 matchup. First team to keep Oklahoma like under 50. I was trolling an Oklahoma fan today. It's like, Dylan Gabriel should be in the Heisman conversation. It's like who's that? He got all pissed off. It was pretty funny. But Cincinnati came off a bad loss too, I think. Or it was I forget.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they lost to Miami, Ohio at home.
Now that was Iowa State. No.
Iowa State
lost
to
Ohio.
Yeah. Or no, Ohio University. Sorry, Ohio University.
But both had bad losses.
Yeah,
so
they both did.
That was surprising. I thought they'd do better, but I still
don't
trust
know, man.
Brett
Dylan
Venables.
Gabriel's freaking killing it. His stat line's still pretty sick. Maybe
I don't trust
not
Venables.
Heisman level, but
they got to put in General Booty spotting right there. Bingo card right there. That is bingo card material. Mark Trestman and General Booty.
There we go. Yeah, let's see. Moving forward here, UNC Pitt
took care of business.
They did what they need to do.
Duke's good, man. Duke's good. Duke is the only team that can end the Florida State death march.
I think they might, man. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I want to see when that game is. If they wait, are they playing? Let's see.
They are.
Yep, October 21st. It's
I
it's
don't.
in Tallahassee though.
They can do it, I believe. Other than that, though, they're going to steamroll the ACC.
Yeah.
I don't trust Duke to go undefeated just because they're Duke and they can't recruit depth. They're Wazoo. They're worse Wazoo historically. They just don't have the depth to sustain it. But they're fun. Mike Elka is going to be gone, but he's done a
Yeah.
great job. He's done a
Yeah.
great job. Miami
Miami
gets an old Big East foe.
just absolutely destroyed Temple. Good on them.
ACC is a
That's what
joke
you're
that they
supposed to
play.
do.
If the SEC playing 8 games is one thing, but the ACC should not be playing 8 games. It is disgusting.
Yeah. Tennessee redemption, I guess, against Florida State or not Florida State, Texas, or UTSA. There's the word I'm
Roadrunners.
trying to say. I mean, yeah, when you play UTSA, you should win 45-14. So congrats, I guess.
Shout out to Biff Poggi for
Biff
keeping it
Poggi.
close.
Dude,
Keeping it
he kept it
close.
really close here, man. I mean,
You watched
not
that
really
game? You see
close.
Biff on the sideline?
No, I didn't.
Oh man,
What do you look like? Hold on.
he looks like Biff. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
I just was wondering if you were.
Oh, if I saw him, no, I wasn't looking, unfortunately. I'll keep an eye out though. Next time I turn on a Charlotte 49ers game. By the way, why are they called the 49ers?
I have absolutely no clue. It's
Let's
probably
make
like 1749.
Yeah, 17 exactly. Like what that wasn't where the gold rush was. Come on now. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. But
Honestly, it wasn't until I was looking up stuff about Biff Poggi and reading a lot of stuff that I realized that the negative space inside the C was a pickaxe.
what's that pickaxe?
Yeah. And I really like their logo a lot more now.
Hey, it's a solid logo actually. Let's see. Moving on here. A&M railed Auburn. Congratulations, Auburn's not good this year.
The huge freeze. Dion should have
huge.
been. They should have hired Dion, honestly,
Yeah.
because he would have had an SEC O line and D line there already, and he would have recruited the hell out of those guys. He would have retired Saban.
Yeah, honestly.
I think they regret not hiring Dion because there was like murmurs of it.
Yeah, no, I remember those. Honestly, they should have. I don't know why I didn't, honestly. Hugh Freeze over Deion Sanders. Yeah. Didn't age well. Maybe experience reason.
I don't
they
think
did
Hugh
it.
Freeze is going to last long either.
No. TCU won the Battle of Dallas over SMU. Congrats.
I think that's Skillet. That's the cast iron skillet, right?
Is that what it's called? TCU SMU rivalry. Let's see. Is there a name for it, or is it just no? It's literally just called
It's a trophy game. Cast iron
yeah.
skillet.
Oh yeah,
Yep, iron skillet.
Iron Skillet
Iron
Battle.
skillet. Thank you.
There you go. There
Redeemed.
you go. There's a point for Rob. There's a point for Rob there.
But man, there's some bad blood between those two teams right now because taking Sonny Dykes, going right to the playoffs, and then ending that game as well.
Yeah. Yep. Moving forward.
Riff
let's
Ram,
see.
give him hell. It's the goofiest thing ever. If you've ever seen that, it's so stupid. TCU's weird. I honestly side with SMU in that one. SMU's awesome. They have cocaine and like cool cars. That's what they had before they got the death penalty.
TCU had Andy Dalton though, so I always love him for that.
They had Seahawk legend Trevon Boykin. I think he went to jail, but he outdueled Patrick Mahomes in a preseason game. In Arrowhead, he had a last-minute Hail Mary to another. This is a bingo card name, Tanner McAvoy.
Oh man,
you were in Seattle during Tanner McAvoy days, man. He was a goat.
Tanner McAvoy. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you.
I need like a little like bell, like bing. He's proto Jake Bobo. He's proto Jake Bobo.
Proto Jake Bobo. Okay.
Literally, look him up right now. Look him up right now. You'll see. You'll absolutely see it.
I feel like the name does ring a bell though. Tanner McAvoy.
Him and Luke Wilson started Techno Thursdays. He wore number 19. It's literally Jake Bobo. And he did some trick plays a couple times. He was a college quarterback and safety or something. He was weird. And he was really good for like a year. And then he started dropping every single ball.
You're a quarterback at Wisconsin,
I don't think he
Arizona,
started.
Western College, and South Carolina. Man, he was all over the place before the transfer
Before the
portal was
transfer
even a
portal.
thing. Pre-transfer portal, he was at 3 different schools. Shout out to Tanner
Jeez.
McAvoy. So there you go. Let's see. Maryland absolutely railed Michigan State in
Yeah.
East Lansing, so that makes UW
Noah
less
Kim looked
impressive.
better. Noah Kim looked better. Marshall beating Virginia Tech, another bad Virginia school right now. But Charles Huff is getting a lot of attention from big schools this offseason. He's probably gonna go up there.
I like it. Let's see here.
BYU, Kansas. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Didn't expect to get much out of that one, but that was fun. Kansas now ranked in the top 25. They got the march going.
Central beat pod favorite South Alabama.
Where's it? Oh yeah, Central Michigan beat South. Oh yeah, right down there. Real fast, have to mention.
Oh yeah.
West Virginia beat Texas Tech. It's pretty wild. Especially man, I Texas Tech was this close to beating Oregon, man. And now they've lost to Wyoming and West Virginia.
They've had a rough season. Poor Joey McGuire. It's hard to go from Lubbock to, I think that might be the furthest flight in the Big 12 is from Lubbock to Morgantown.
I can't wait till the flight from Tucson to Morgantown. That'll be fun.
What about when UConn joins Hartford to is it New Haven or where is it?
No, New Haven's Yale. Where is UConn? UConn, it's in Hartford. Yeah, Hartford's the main campus. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Battle between two really bad programs right now, Oklahoma State, Iowa State. I think Gundy might retire. It's bad.
Yeah, it's just kind of cooked. It's kind of cooked.
His son's playing.
Yeah. It's bad. It's bad.
How did USF do? Did USF win? Yep.
They
lost
beat
to
Rice.
Rice. Yeah. That was bad.
Hey, Houston lost to Rice. Yeah, that wouldn't have been a good look there. Let's see. Any of these other ones stick out?
Stanford, Arizona. Stanford gave Arizona a run. Another being beaten by rapist Jaden DeLora in his probable last game. I don't think he's playing this week. He's injured. That's another ring in Troy Taylor's Inferno right there.
Although, I mean, again, I think Arizona's pretty good. So
I think they're pretty good too.
That's less embarrassing than losing to Sac State at home.
Yeah, that one's bad. But it's this season it still is Troy Taylor's Inferno. That's a t-shirt idea right there. Yeah. Troy Taylor's Inferno.
Hey, they get Oregon and UW at home. What if they win one of those games?
They're going to beat Oregon.
Some random upset.
They're cursed. Yeah. They're cursed. Oregon's cursed at the farm. UW not so much. UW's been better at the farm.
UW was cursed at the farm until ironically 2021 when we beat them, despite the fact that we sucked everywhere.
But we're
else.
Not as cursed at the farm as Oregon. Oregon is very cursed. They've lost national title hopes at the farm.
Yeah, that's true. So is UW. Honestly, 2017.
That team was not that good.
They went to the Fiesta Bowl.
They lucked into the Fiesta Bowl.
They lost their Pac-12 title hopes, and if they'd won the Pac-12 title,
they lost to ASU that year too.
They also lost to ASU that year. But one loss, we've seen one loss conference champions make the Pac.
I don't know. That team was frustrating. That team was really frustrating. You weren't there for that. It was just the pits of the the frustrations of the Chris Peterson era. Imagine if Chris Peterson's close friend Jeff Tedford is like, hey, I called this really genius kid. This actually happened. Jeff Tedford heard of this really smart up and coming offensive coordinator coaching at Eastern Michigan, a place that is really hard to win, gave him a phone call, talked for a couple of hours, and hired him on the spot to be his offensive coordinator. You know who that guy's name is?
Galen DeBoer.
Galen DeBoer. Then that was, I believe, 2017. Imagine if Jeff Tedford was like, hey, this real bright kid, you should bring him in. You got an OC vacancy. I know Jonathan
Kid
Smith
who's
just
40,
left.
early 40s, bright kid.
Galen DeBoer, oh crap, you're right. Yeah,
Well,
Galen DeBoer's
keep
48.
talking. I'm pretty
He's
sure,
48.
he's in his late
He's
40s.
48. I know the exact date. I was talking about this earlier. I looked it up.
I know this
But for Jeff
42-year-old
Tedford,
young
for
kid.
Jeff Tedford and Chris Peterson, that's young now.
That's true. That's true. We've got a couple
This really bright coach should bring him in. That would have been great. Thanks a lot, Jeff Tedford, for stealing him for yourself. So we got Bush Hamden.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. That's a fair frustration there. But hey, it's worked out for UW now. I just
I'd take 100 Jimmy Lakes to get DeBoer.
It'd been nice if we could have a coaching staff with Chris Peterson, head coach, Kalen DeBoer, OC, Jimmy Lake, DC. That's kind of best of all.
That's a national title head coach.
Yeah, that's the national
staff.
title coaching staff. Shout out Jimmy Lake.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. 2 podcast favorites. Nichols at Tulane.
Nichols. I love it. Did not show up, unfortunately. My Nichols, what's Nichols? Their mascot. What are they? Nichols football, the Colonels. My Colonels did not show up against Rob's Green Wave. But we'll get them next week.
I saw another one. Oh, did you see this though? App State versus at Wyoming. Wyoming blocked a field goal to win it. It's like, oh my god, that's
a wild. That's
PTSD right there.
It's the anti PTSD for App State. It might have been Michigan PTSD, or maybe Texas. It's Michigan. Like that's how it feels.
Ooh, Arkansas State won a game.
Wow! Shout out Butch Jones.
Jones is gonna get fired at Arkansas State.
And then he's going to get hired by Michigan State.
Oh, I love that video. Texas State's legit. Nevada's coach is really
Nevada's horrible.
You see that the trident incident that happened at this game?
What
Nevada
happened?
has a turnover trident. A band member of Texas State who was on the field before halftime took the trident and threw it to the student section. They stole it.
I thought you were gonna say threw it into the student section and impaled someone like an Anchorman.
It's like
okay, that makes more sense. I figured it would be, but when you were talking, I was like, and then said threw it into the student section. I've been like, oh, where's this going? But no, I just can't stop thinking about the scene in Anchorman where Steve Carell's character throws the trident and impales the guy on the horse. Great movie. There's
some funny. I was heard about those lines before. That's ringing the bell. I'm gonna get a bell. Texas State's coach, I forget his name. He's not going to be there next year. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take a bigger G5.
And he dominated the transfer portal too. Yeah, he could definitely take a bigger G5. Shoot, man. Yeah, when one of these G5 coaches like Marshall, when they lose their head coach, they should swing in and grab Texas State. This guy.
Mm-hmm. Idaho's going to be without a coach as well. He's coaching really well.
Mm-hmm.
Northwestern won?
Did they? Oh man, they are really overachieving this year. Actually, here I was a few weeks ago saying they would be 0-12, and they're 3-1.
Wow, PJ Fleck's gonna get fired, huh?
Oh yeah, there you go. There's maybe another coach too.
What happened there?
They didn't row the boat hard enough. Should have rowed harder. Let's see here. Kansas State beat UCF.
Mississippi State. I gotta look at that guy's Twitter. I wonder how he's doing.
Hey, they hung with South Carolina at least. Give them credit for that.
Rattler has no help. Oh, no. Here's another fun one. Indiana took 4 OT to beat Akron.
Yikes. Wait, where does it say that? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah,
I,
Indiana.
I,
Hey,
I
that's an
actually
Indiana team that hung with Ohio State too. Let me remind you.
what? Really? They did? Oh, they
Yeah,
did. I
remember that was
remember.
week 1. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
the
I
final
remember.
score is 23-3,
That
but it
was week
was,
oneiness. It was week
yeah.
oneiness. Tom Allen's 100% getting fired, and I like to lurk on the well, we're not done yet, buddy.
Oh, it's all
Hold your
right.
horses. I like to lurk on the Indiana forums to see all the tiers of losing DeBoer, Womack, and Penix. I enjoy that quite a lot. They want Womack back, and I think Womack's going to be the head coach Indiana next year. Oh yeah, okay. Nothing interesting. Fresno State's probably going to be in the Cotton Bowl, is it? Which one's the Group 5 at large? They're
I
definitely
think
be
it's
there.
usually whichever one. Like, there's like an opening with typically.
I think it's Cotton. I think
No,
it's
they've
always
played.
Cotton.
They've put in the G5 at large in the Fiesta Bowl before. I think they've put them in all of them before.
Okay,
Kind of just
okay.
whatever makes
Except
sense.
Rose Bowl,
Yeah, except Rose Bowl. Yeah.
as it should though.
All right. Exactly.
Rose Bowl should be the natty game going forward.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I saw a new bowl projection. Didn't I don't remember who it was by, but didn't have UW in the playoff, which was disappointing. But did have them in the Fiesta Bowl, which if that happened, I would definitely be there.
Hey, I got a place to stay if I come.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
And then Hawaii
Next
beating
week,
Hawaii won football game. Good for them. Okay, next
New
one.
Mexico State, one of the
That's
few
New Mexico
programs
State.
worse than them.
Exactly. Looking ahead. Oh wait, we have to do your top 10. Top
Okay,
four
top
or
10,
top
top
10?
10. All right, I'm gonna start from the top down because I think it's easier doing that since it's
Yes.
it's coming off the cuff right now. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna
Number
type it out
one,
in the chat. Okay.
number one, Florida State. It's the
Okay.
resume. It's the resume. Wait, actually, wait, no, not Florida State, not Florida State. I can't. It's got to be Georgia because Georgia's number one until they lose.
Yep. Okay.
Number
Two
two is
Florida
Florida
State.
State. Resume. 3, Texas. Resume. Number 4 is our Huskies.
I was gonna say
They look like
I agree with this top 4.
they look like the best team in college football right now. To
Yep.
be honest, they're just. I get they haven't played anyone. They just pummeled everybody, and they're
My
getting better every game.
my only disagreement with the top 4 is I'd move Texas to 2, Washington to 3, and Florida State to 4.
Wow. For me, I think once UW plays big people and beats them, I'd be willing to do that. But right now, since they did beat Clemson at the road and beat LSU, they're higher for me.
That's true. Fair
Number
enough.
5, I don't believe in them at all. But they beat Notre Dame, so it's got to be Ohio State.
Yeah.
6 is going to be Oregon.
Over Michigan?
They looked really good. Michigan hasn't looked that impressive to me, to be honest. I think maybe part of it is they're hiding things just like Texas did against Rice. But they really have not been looking that good. They really haven't.
Okay.
We're at 6 now, right?
7.
7. Yeah, because
Also, USC or Oregon over USC too. I guess they destroyed Colorado, so recency, I get it, but really,
7 is going to be USC. It's
Yeah.
because of this weekend, they look
That's
pretty
fair.
dominant. And USC has issues on defense, to be perfectly honest. Number 8 is going to be Michigan. They got to play better and they got to play teams. All right, this is going to get a little tricky now. I gotta brush up the memory.
Hold on, I'll pull up the AP poll here so I give you
Give
some.
me 8 people. I'll go 9, Penn State. I like their
I like
defense a
that.
lot.
I like that.
10.
I like Penn State a lot.
I want to give a
this year,
meme
honestly.
pick, but I'll be serious. I want to pick one of my favorite goofy teams, but I'll be serious. Oklahoma.
I like that.
There's my top 10.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Let's see. I'll put that in the chat there. Georgia.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
No, I mostly agree. It's probably the same 10 or so teams. I might put LSU over Oklahoma.
Mhm.
Maybe
I can't get
Notre
over
Dame
that.
over
I can't get
Oklahoma.
over that
I
week
feel
1
good
loss.
about these top 9. I feel very confident about these top 9 now.
I don't think UNC. I think UNC. What's UNC's schedule look like? I think they're frauds.
Let's see, where's North Carolina on here? Let's pop it open. Do they not play this week?
No, they did. They absolutely did.
No, I'm already looking ahead to week 5.
Oh, their buys this.
No, they
early.
definitely played. Yeah, they got a very early bye. Let's see.
Not as bad as USC's bye.
10-7. Yeah, they got a bye.
Syracuse is gonna give them a run. They're gonna give them a run.
Then they got Miami. That's not easy.
Solid Miami team. Duke. They're gonna lose.
UVA versus Duke.
Is that
at
a Camel?
Clemson?
Is that the Campbell Camels?
Yeah, that's the Campbell fighting camels.
That's awesome mascot. Never heard of him. I love it.
Yeah, they go at Clemson. That's hard. Yeah. Not an easy schedule.
I think probably we thought South Carolina was gonna be better. So I think we overreacted a little bit from their big win over them. South Carolina looks like a one-man show, but I love Rattler. Yeah. He's looked good every week. I think he's QB3 for me right now.
Interesting. Very interesting. Wait, who's 1 and 2?
Penix is 4.
Okay, Caleb, I was gonna say Caleb and May. Okay. I just want to make sure because I thought you were gonna throw something out there like Penix is 2 and May is 4. But okay.
I think a team will fall in love with his arm, but he's older, he's got injuries, and he's in a very favorable situation.
There you go. So
if Penix goes to the Bears, he's ruined.
Oh yeah. No, please, God, no. I couldn't wish that upon him. That would be horrible.
Did you see my tweet about this though? It was Penix is going to either be in Seattle or Tampa.
I did see that, yeah. I could see Tampa. Tampa would make sense, old journeyman QB. Dave Canales would love him because he's already on AARP. Say that he's the same age. He's younger than I am.
He's kind of a journeyman. He's older than I am. Penix is older than I am.
Wait, hold on. When's his birthday? Wasn't it like May 2000?
It's earlier 2000, I believe.
Yeah, May 2000. He's younger than
older than me. Older than me.
Here I am making jokes that he's on AARP and I'm older than him. That's wild. I feel old now.
Once the COVID holdovers are out of college football, everyone in college football is gonna be younger than us. That hurts, man.
That really hurts to even think about. Well, here we go. Looking ahead to week 5. Slow start on Thursday. Friday, Utah, Oregon State. That's a fun Friday night game. Dude, Oregon State's in Core Vegas.
Oregon State probably can rebound.
I think Oregon State's bound to rebound.
I don't trust that offense. Is Rising going to be back? I'm not sure.
It feels like every week they say he's going to be back and then he's not at this point.
But I don't think that offense is going to do very good in Reeser. It's hard to play in Reeser. That defense isn't as good as it was last year, but it's hard to play in Reeser.
Dude, I might go Core Vegas in this one.
And then we got a Big 12 matchup as well.
And we Cincinnati, BYU, a brand new Big 12 matchup.
BYU's not looking good this year. Do you think they fire?
Although Cincinnati's not looking good either.
No, Satterfield was a weird hire. They should have hired Sean Lewis. I bet they're kicking themselves.
Yep.
Even Brian Hartline.
Brian Hartline, Cincinnati would have made so much sense too. That's dumb.
Sean Lewis too.
Yeah.
Well, Sean Lewis was gonna get it until Satterfield was like, "I'm interested," because Lewis was done with Kent State. He wasn't fired. He just you can't win there. You can only do so much there. Who's the BYU? Satake. You think Satake might get canned? Might be time for them to move on. He's been there quite some time.
He's been there a long time, and they just haven't gotten over the hump. I mean, they peaked with the Zach Wilson year, and that's done. Yeah.
You can get any LDS talent you want for the most part there, but that can only do so much.
You can also get Keaton Slovis.
All right, what we got here? Oh gosh, this
Oh
one's gonna
man,
be
we got some
ugly.
juicy one. Yeah, Penn State's gonna
That's gonna be a
absolutely
car
throttle
wash.
Northwestern.
That's gonna be a car wash.
There you go. USC Colorado tickets as low as 202. Can get a freaking PlayStation 5 for
Big
that
Noon's
amount of money.
back.
18's back, baby. Of course it's in Boulder, just like it consistently will be all year, I'm sure. SC, man. Yeah, SC is gonna throttle the Buffaloes there, but
I think Colorado's going to stand a better chance against them, but it's still not going to be good. Isn't Shiloh out as well? And Travis Hunter's not going to play.
Travis Hunter says he wants to play, but like, come on, dude, you lacerated your freaking kidney or whatever it was. Was it a liver or kidney or something like
Kidney.
that? It's a crazy,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kidney. Something crazy like that, where it's like, please do not step foot on a football field until you're healed, man. That's not the thing you want getting worse.
You only got one of them. All right, you have two of those. You got two of those.
You got two kidneys, one liver.
They're pretty pricey though.
Yeah, I know. I saw them on the what? Or should make it. I should preface.
If you asked me a year ago, this matchup would have been pretty fun. Not this year.
Not the
Florida should
AR. This is the AR versus Will Levis. The Indianapolis Colts had their eyes on this one last year. That's for sure.
I'll get to this in a bit, but I'll say it now. UCLA dropping out of the rankings was BS. If Florida got ranked last week, like UCLA should be ranked. I'm sorry, it's just they lost 14-7 against now a top 10 team. UCLA should absolutely be ranked. I do think they're frauds, but
I mean, anytime like one of those 21 through 25 teams loses, they always drop out.
Yeah. Texas A&M, Arkansas, two coaches coaching for their lives.
A&M's probably got this one, honestly.
Honestly, Syracuse right now undefeated. Dino Babers coaching good defense. That could be fun.
They've shown they can beat Clemson before too.
At my boy, one of my boys on my list. Coach Prime has his son's power rankings. I have my little guy power rankings. Honestly, the power rankings for the little guys right now, out of the orange, is definitely number one because Tulane's got an L, and Western Kentucky's Western Kentucky. He's never, Big Red's never going to be number one unless they have Bailey Zappi. Yeah. Or Ollie Marpet. Ollie Marpet was Western Kentucky, right?
Ollie Marpet, he was.
No, he was D2. He was D2.
I thought, he was like
Hobart.
Yeah, Ollie Marpet was a. All right, we're back. Yeah, Ollie Marpet was Hobart. You're right. Hobart, good call there.
Ding.
They're Division 2. Division 3. Wow.
That's bingo card right there. Hobart
College D3.
I do love the Coach Prime son rankings.
Yeah.
Nothing too interesting here.
I'll rank my future sons.
Arizona State, Cal. Let's see what Cal is all about.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, man. Let's look a matchup of two of the four Pac-12 teams that are bad.
Yep. Who's the third? Who's the fourth?
Or not? No, I guess there's only three bad ones because I'd consider U of A still be solid. They're just not.
I agree.
Solid.
I agree.
So there's three bad Pac-12 teams: Stanford, Cal, and ASU.
I agree there.
Matchup with two of the three. So, yeah, there you go.
Georgia
is going to beat Auburn by 57.
Get melted.
Yep.
Nebraska's in for a rough one. Hopefully their quarterback can hold on to a snap.
Kansas, Texas is this week.
That's big upset of the week. Big upset of the week. Big dumb upset of the week.
Big dumb upset.
Texas is not back. Kansas beats Texas.
Even in Austin, I guess Kansas beat them in Austin a couple years back. So, okay.
Texas. 9, 26, 23. I'm like 0 for 4 right now in the big dumb upsets.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's kind of the point of them. So,
oh yeah, no, I never think they're. This is honestly the one I'm the most confident in.
Interesting. Okay, all right, I like it. Well, hey, if you want to go watch it for $42, there you go.
Gosh,
Indiana,
it's
Maryland.
A fun game to experience there. And Maryland's gonna cook them.
Oh yeah, Maryland's solid.
What's his name? Is it what's the name of the the name of the Purdue coach? I'm always blanking on it. I forget, but it's his homecoming, or
Is it
I guess
really
reverse homecoming.
reverse homecoming? It's a reverse homecoming. Oh yeah, when you just go to the other school and just chill.
Mhm. Well, no, your former school comes to you.
Oh yeah, your former school comes to you. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um,
That's not going to be a very interesting game, though. That's Big Ten football. Ugh, gotta get
dude,
used to that.
it's gonna be on Peacock though.
The
So
cock.
Chris Sims gonna be commentating.
It's gonna be on the cock. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that Penix is getting this Heisman buzz, even with 3 out of his 4 games being on either Pac-12 Network or Peacock.
No, his first game was on his for
3
ESPN
out of
and
4.
Cal were both
3
on
out of
ESPN.
4. I thought Cal was on Pac-12. My bad.
No, Cal was on ESPN.
However, 7:30.
That's true. Still Pac-12 After Dark game. And he's got another one this week that I will be forced to watch.
That's the first time I'm happy that it's a 7:30 start because it's in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean the 7:30 starts aren't bad when you're watching on TV. They're brutal when you're there live.
Yeah,
because you just
I was
get
there last
sleepy
week.
at halftime, and
I
I'm gonna be
felt
there this week, man.
well, it was like we had 45 points. It was halftime. I was like, geez, it's only halftime.
Yeah, and since it's an
We're putting
hour and
up
a half
90.
drive, like if I was going back
Ooh.
home for like 20 minutes, like shoot, man, I'd leave at halftime. Dude, it's an hour and a half drive. I'm not gonna be able to leave if it's a 90-point game. So kind of hope it's close, honestly, so that I stay awake for it.
Don't put that evil on me. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
It's
I trust this
Arizona,
team to
man.
be able to
Arizona
play
put that evil on you. The state.
shitty state.
I
Happy.
love it
I'm
here.
so happy this is the last time we have to play there. I'm
Yeah,
so
UW
happy.
sucks whenever they have to go to Arizona. So
I'm
this is the last time you ever have to.
we're a lot more used to bad weather than playing there. I'm happy we don't have to play Cal anymore. We sent them a nice farewell gift, and we don't have after this week. We're done in Arizona, other than like a Fiesta Bowl. Thank God, the horror's over.
The war's over. Here we go. Houston at Texas Tech. Battle of a couple disappointing teams.
Does Joey
Baylor
McCoy get fired? Give him another year.
No, you got to give him another. They brought him in like partway through the 2021 season. They're not going to can him after a season and a half. He's got time.
Texas fans are crazy.
They are, but they'll give him time.
Honestly, the Big 12 is winnable next year and the years going forward. It could be the class of the Big 12. What does that mean going forward? Not very much, but still.
Let's see. Baylor, UCF.
House.
Yeah. Missouri at Vanderbilt. I could Missouri's ranked. That's crazy. I could see Vanderbilt
State at Memphis
money.
could be fun.
Yeah, that's a solid power or group 5 matchup right there.
Well, you know that Missouri receiver. He's got a goofy name, but really good.
Yeah. LSU, Ole Miss. This is a fun one. Can Ole Miss get back off the
not be
schneid?
ranked right now.
No, not after what they put up in Tuscaloosa last week. LSU should theoretically destroy them, but they should have theoretically destroyed Arkansas last week and didn't happen. Look at that. This is another game we talked about. Oregon going to Stanford.
This is their last time for who knows how long.
Until out of conference games start happening.
To the farm. Do
you want to throw another big dumb upset out there?
I'm not touching it because I want game day.
That's fair.
Do they vindicate the demons? Do they get rid of the ghosts that haunt them? Like Kalen DeBoer was able to do.
Stanford lost to an FCS.
Will a young, foolish, coked up Dan Lanning blow it? There's no way they blow it. Oregon's winning.
Yeah, dude.
But there's some fun narratives going on. There's some fun Pac-12 history narratives going on there.
Stanford lost to Sac State at home, and Sac State the next week proceeded to lose to University of Idaho.
Idaho's actually pretty good this year.
I know, but come on, that's not a good luck for Stanford. If you're an FBS team, it wasn't the KB Dome. It wasn't the KB Dome. But if you're an FBS team, the only FCS team you should be losing to is none of them, to be quite frank. But if you're going to lose to any of them, it better be like the one that wins the FCS national championship.
At least the year we lost to Montana, they were pretty good.
Let's see. Iowa State, Oklahoma. Last Iowa State, Oklahoma in conference matchup. Oklahoma's going to destroy him probably.
That one's gonna be ugly.
Notre Dame Duke's
You
going to
know,
be fun.
oh yeah, they're getting game day too. That's a tough draw for Notre Dame. They did not expect them being good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. It's probably gonna be a low scoring, tough game. Sorry, but there's do you think Matt Campbell gets tarmacked? Does he get fired mid-season after being one of the most sought after coaches out there? That would be hilarious.
No, not yet.
Was it last week that he freaked out? That he freaked out at the fan?
It was the week.
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
It was the week they lost to Ohio.
That was 2 weeks ago. These weeks are blurring, man.
Yeah.
Just
wait till there's 14 of them.
Tennessee. South Carolina at Tennessee.
Man, that's going to be a matchup of two just cannon arms right there.
Upset alert.
Come on, you can't be saying how Spencer Rattler is no help and then say he's going to go in and beat Tennessee.
They're not ranked. That's an upset.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to win.
I'm just saying it because I'm a Rattler truther.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just a matchup of two dudes who with absolute cannons. The difference is Tennessee has help. So, but now that ball's going to be slinging all over the yard, even if it's going to be being slung out of bounds.
I want to watch that game. I'll watch that game. That's okay. That's going to be on the slate. So it's probably going to be USC, Colorado. I don't know what's going to be the 12:30.
Stanford, and we got or never mind. Let's see.
Is Notre Dame Duke? Notre Dame Duke?
No, that's it. That's the same time as the South Carolina Notre Dame game.
Man.
There's nothing really going on in 12:30 window. Oh, Kansas, Texas.
Yep. There it is. All right. So the slate is going to be USC,
Colorado, Kansas, Texas.
Flip between
Notre Dame, Duke, and South Carolina, Tennessee.
Duke, and then UW. That is a day of Husky football.
Dang, Alabama, Mississippi State starting late. That's going to be 8 p.m. Central Time.
Oh, that's
awful. Late start for them.
Awful. I know someone who's going to be upset about that.
Yeah,
our friend on Twitter.
Oh, that's right. He's going to be all crabby in the next morning when they're losing by like 30 in the fourth quarter. He's going to be very upset because it's going to be past his bedtime.
Absolutely, Mississippi's going to put an end to.
I guess we should tell. Oh wait, hold on before we keep going. West Virginia, TCU. West Virginia, it's a little feisty this year.
So that'll be fun. Mississippi.
Oh, and Michigan State, Iowa. Wait, hold on. Also,
we got to talk about this on the cock.
On the cock, of course. Over under 15 points.
Over because Michigan State's defense is bad, and this is a game that Brian Ferentz is like, this is where I can gain a couple back. This is when I got to run it up.
Let's see if I can find the over under on
teams that Iowa can score on. They're going to absolutely run it up.
The over under is 36.5. That's like guaranteed under, dude. That is a guaranteed under. That is free money.
What is it?
36.5.
What was the team that
I don't think Michigan State scores a point.
Wait, yeah,
Michigan State's getting shut out.
Yeah, it's the under's hitting. The under's definitely hitting.
Michigan State's getting shut out. You're counting on Iowa to score 37 points. That's not happening.
Shout out to cousin Russell. That could be a fun game to put some money on. Just watch it on the cock and watch it comically bad offenses and hope the under hits. That would be a fun one.
It's not hoping the under hits. The hope is if you bet the over and you hope that hits and you make bank on that. That's the hope.
But well, you know what's one quote I saw, because I'm always a bet the overs guy because I'm a member of the overs club. It's when you're betting the over, the team that's on offense becomes your favorite team, and that's a fun way to watch football right there.
That's kind of fun, honestly. I like that. It's interesting. I haven't thought about it that way. Let's see. TCU, West Virginia, touched on that. Yeah, and then it's just going to be our Huskies going into Tucson. I will be there. I'll be live. It'll be the first time. Actually, it's not the first time ever because I watched the Portland State and the Michigan State games live last year. This will be the first and probably only time I see them live this year, unless they go to the Fiesta Bowl.
How about CFP? Would you make the
If
trip?
they go to the CFP, I'm gonna make the trip. Are you kidding me? I'm not made of money. Those
Me
games are
too.
expensive, man. I'll be enjoying on TV though.
I'm gonna try
That'll
to
be
get to the
fun.
CFP or the Pac-12 title game if we make it.
Yeah, I can do that. Las Vegas 3 hour
Have fun at
drive from here.
Vegas.
I can do that, dude. I'd pull that off.
I'd do
I'd
it.
meet
I'll
you
see you
there.
there. Live
I'll
show.
see you there. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we do a live show from the strip. We go to the top of the Eiffel Tower and do a live show from there. That'd be fun.
Try to
Honestly.
find Husky players walking around and try and interview them.
That would be fun. That would be fun. Actually, I'd be down for that, man. Would it be a rematch versus Oregon or a rematch versus USC?
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Oregon.
Oregon. Okay. All right. I respect it.
I think USC has a tougher schedule.
They do. They do. Although they have to play both of them. So
I don't think they're going to beat both of us. I think they're going to lose to one of us. And it's probably the one who loses next weekend.
And then lastly, or the weekend after next.
You know why I think that? It's because UW's away and Oregon's home. So I'm calling it early. Huskies beat the Ducks for the second year in a row.
I love that. I love
that. All right,
that.
sorry. We gotta make our picks for UW Arizona.
Dude, we're both gonna pick the Huskies. I'm just making sure I'm confirming here. Wait, when's the UW game? Oh yeah, UW Oregon's the weekend.
It's gonna be
12:30
or 7:30 because Notre Dame is.
I hope it's 7:30 because I think I'm gonna try to go down to Tucson again the week after that.
I want it to be 12:30 because I want to go to game day and then right to the stadium. I don't want that.
I kind of like being able to like enjoy the whole college day and then just end with a Washington game, especially if it's a big one. But
that's because you're not going to the games. Going to the games sucks.
Going to the games when it's 7:30 sucks. I won't.
I hate a 7:30 game in person. It's tough, man. I was tired. Okay.
Well, I get to experience that this week. I think I get an hour and a half drive.
Spread is at about 18, I believe.
Let's see. Let's check it out here.
Last time I checked.
18. Yep.
So I think this Husky team's so motivated right now. I think they're just so focused. They're not that kind of star seeking team like USC and even Oregon. UW's actually not playing for clicks. I think that's pretty clear. I think Oregon's absolutely playing for clicks because that's what Oregon's about. I think this season has had a couple times where some old narratives were finally quashed in the last year of the Pac-12. UW versus Cal, quashed. Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer hate Boise State because they're at Fresno State. They've put up 56 on them. On a pretty proud team. Another narrative is going to the graveyard with the Pac-12. That's UW in Arizona. Huskies cover. Embarrass Jaden DeLora if he plays. Terry McMillan's going for 2 touchdowns though, at least.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know about embarrass. I think it's probably going to be the closest game UW plays yet.
Embarrass Jaden DeLora as in sack him a lot.
Oh, well, yeah, probably.
They're still pretty salty from 21.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking probably like
they only 55, put 31 55. On UTEP. Jeez.
I think it ends up being like 56-31, like kind of similar to last week the Cal score, something like that.
Except it feels closer.
Yeah, it'll feel a lot closer. Like this is one where it'll be like maybe like UW scores the first probably 17 points maybe or 21 points, and then from there it's like Arizona scores a touchdown, UW answers with a field goal, and then Arizona scores another touchdown. It's like, oh, are they getting back in it? But then UW scores a touchdown before the half, and then from there it's kind of just like trading scores. It'll be that sort of game, I think. It'll feel closer, and Arizona will be a lot more competitive than Cal was. But the score is going to look the same or similar, I think.
I'm really excited to see Jabbar Muhammad against Tedero McMillan. He's so good.
That'll be a fun matchup.
I can't believe he transfer. One thing
84 degrees at 7 p.m. I love Arizona.
Is it turf or grass? I think it's grass at that's another narrative that's gone away, is grass.
Where is it?
Turf or grass somewhere? At Arizona?
What's there?
I don't know. I generally don't know. I think it's turf. Because ASU's grass.
Yeah, ASU I know is grass.
That looks like turf.
Yep, it's turf. Yep, surface, field turf, vortex core.
This is gonna be hot out there, man.
It's gonna be spicy.
Good thing we got depth, you know?
Yeah. There you go.
Good thing Penix is from Tampa. One other thing that I just love about the DeBoer Huskies, and I've noticed this in almost every game they've played, they're fantastic at the end of the first half. They are incredible at the end of the first half. And it's something I firmly believe in football, is that doubling up at halftime is so you can, be a much better team than you are if you consistently double up at halftime. You know what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Get the ball last before halftime and score.
And then get the ball to start the second.
And then get the ball have to start and score again. Yep. That puts things on ice. And I love their 2-minute drill. It's just it's the best football they do. The play calling and the 2-minute drill. Because they use the college rules very well. They love the over the middle stuff in 2 minutes, and defenses naturally, when it's 2 minutes, they get the clock moving their head a little bit, and they always expect those outbreakers. Stop the clock on the sideline. Stop clocks on a first down. I said that totally wrong, but still, point stands.
Mm-hmm. No, I know what you meant. Stop clock on first down inside 2 minutes. Yeah,
it should stop at every first down, but
it should the way it used to be. But yeah,
I love watching this offense. Tight end delay at the end of the first half. Whoa, that hits every time. Hits every time. I love this offense, man.
Well,
have you seen? Is there a team in college football that the Huskies would have zero shot at beating? I don't think there is.
I don't think so.
I think we're very lucky.
The closest would probably be Georgia, I think. Because they'd probably be the only ones that could slow down the offense and score on the defense simultaneously.
I think so too.
I mean, they'd score all over the defense. I mean, they'd put up 55, but they've also got the defense to hold us to like sub 40. So like, that's who we'd.
I'm not too high on their defense this year.
Georgia's defense or Washington's defense?
Georgia. As the last 2 years.
But still,
but I agree. I don't think we're very lucky that college football is so wide open this year.
Yeah, it's a good year. This is the most parity there's been in college football in a long time.
And it's awesome.
It's just fun. All right, before we hang up and log off before Thursday, we do have to make our Thursday night football pick. Big divisional game between the top two teams in the NFC North in Green Bay, Detroit and Green Bay. Detroit coming in as a 1.5 point favorite. So basically even line here. It's an NFC game. So who do you got, Mr. Jokinen?
Give me the Lions. I got him here.
All right. I like it.
Against a very fraudulent Saints. That's Packers or Lions really took it to the Falcons last week.
They did.
Packers snuck by them. Or no, they lost.
The Packers lost to the Falcons.
The Packers snuck by the Saints. Give me, by the powers of the transitive property, give me the Lions.
Transitive property never fails, man. Later in the year, I would probably pick the Packers here just so I could pull back even with you if they lose. But I do think the Lions will win this game, and that's not a risk I want to take this early on. It's only week 4. We've got 15 weeks of NFL football still left.
Some of us gonna have good weeks. Sometimes we're gonna have bad weeks.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe good. Sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah. So give me the Green Bay Packers. Oh, wait, no, sorry. No. Reverse that. Give me the Detroit Lions. I screwed that up. I was looking at the Packers while I was saying it. I said the name. No, give me the Lions. I'm picking the Lions. Gosh, if the Packers win, I'm gonna feel freaking stupid about that. I don't know, man. You know, Packers are getting 1.5 points. Do they lose or do they lose by more than 1? Probably. Yeah. I'm gonna say it. Yeah, they lose by more than 1. So yeah.
Lions have had the Packers now.
Line? They had it last year, and the
First
Lions are
time ever.
good football team this year. Except when they play the Seahawks. They always suck against the Seahawks.
It's Geno Smith. Geno Smith cooks them.
Geno Smith cooks them. But there you go. That's it. That's college football week 4 reviewed, college football week 5 previewed, and Thursday night football previewed. Mr. Jokinen, any last words for the good folks at home?
If one of us plays for clicks, all of us play for clicks. If one of us subscribes, all of us subscribe. If one of us hits like, all of us hits like. And thanks for watching, folks.
Have a good one. Drive safe.
But we play for clicks, that's for sure.
We play for clicks. It's all we play for. Let's be real. And also whatever Dan Lanning's got going. I'll
the Cinderella stories